Okay, now we're going to jump into the first verse, and here again with Rich, everything is patterns, pretty much, and he's also doing mostly 16th notes. On this song, though, there's a syncopation, and like on a 16th pattern, what you're doing is you're going 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. So what Rich does is he skips that first 1E, so it's so he has that. It's not just it's so there's a hiccup. Now I call it a hiccup. So anyway, what we're doing is the chords in the verse is G, E minor, A minor, D. It's a D suspended, and then the D natural, the D major, and that's it in the verses. So, and three of these chords are going to be duplicate patterns. So once you learn how to play the G, you're going to know how to play the E minor and the A minor. So you're basically your main hand position is going to be on your G and your A here. Your first note is this G. And then instead of doing right, left, you're going to bring this up to hit the D up here. And then you're going to hit your A and bring your G, your right hand back down to the G. Okay, so it's 1 and 2E and 3E and 4E and yeah, it's really hard to count because he puts the accent on different things on different strokes. So your main melody line to get in your head is going to be this. Okay, so then the rest of the time you're going to be bringing your left and your right hand back to this A, your left hand to the A, your right hand to the G. That's why you go G, D, A, G. Then you come over here to the F sharp. Okay, so it's that G, D, so anytime you're moving your anytime you're moving your right hand or your left hand back, you're coming back to this A and your G. G, D, A, D, or A, G. Then your left hand to the F sharp. G, A. Back up to that D. Okay, so every time in between those syncopated notes, you're hitting a G and an A. Then after your last three notes in the phrase, you're coming up to the B, and you're going one string above your left hand, and you're walking down. Okay, so nice and slow goes like this. Okay, now you're taking that same pattern down to your E minor. So you're starting on an E, your root is an E, and your F sharp. And you're doing the same pattern, the same same strings. Is it the same strings? Yeah. So like your G A, to hit your D from your G, you're going up 1, 2, 3, 4 strings. To hit your F sharp, you're going across and up. To hit that G up here, you're going 1 above the F sharp, right? Okay. So the same thing is here. You have the same pattern. You go up 4 strings, you start on your E, F sharp. I hope that makes sense, because it's real easy from here out. Then you're coming up to the A minor, and it's the same thing. It's the same pattern. You're going 4 strings up to your E, and you're playing an A, B down here. Whoops. That G is 1 string up and across the bridge from your left hand. And then the next one is that D, or that A right above that G. Okay, so those are the 3 chords. Playing them slowly, it ends on a D suspended, and I'll get to that. So playing those 3 chords and with that pattern, nice and slow. First of all, when you launch into the verse, you're going to play this G pattern 4 times. Okay. On that note is when you start singing, "Well, the moon moved past Nebraska." So then you do this 2 times. And so when you're changing down to that E minor, instead of hitting the G, you're doing the B, A. Instead of hitting the G, you're dropping down to the E. Same pattern. And then instead of going down to that E, you're coming on your right hand, G, F sharp, then you go up to the A. Okay, so that transition again. And there again, you're doing that walk down, but this is where you change to a D suspended. Now, I go and I play my D suspended over here, and I do that for a reason, because there's a C in the chorus and an E minor. The E minor and the D you could play down here and keep everything right on the treble bridge if you wanted to. But I come over here because you're going to have to play this C on this side, and so to me it's a lot easier to keep those 3 chord patterns the same. So on this D, after you come out of the E minor, A minor, sorry. Now you can drop all the way down, which is, it's harder to see your D and where you're going than if you're coming over here anyway, because your left hand is kind of in the way. So you're going C, B, then you're hitting your D, let's see. On this D suspended, it resolves into the D major. So what I normally do is you hit this A here, because the pattern of the melody is going to be okay. So you want to keep that, and here again you're just continuing the drone on the G and the A here. Okay, and that's just dropping down the F sharp and resolving that D major. Okay. I think that's all I'm going to do right now. So if you were playing that, I just want to make sure I concentrate on that D suspended. If you wanted to bring it down here and do it down here, it might be a little easier for some of you to grasp, and then you can move it over here, because you're gonna that might be a little bit easier. So let's have you try and do that, and then maybe you can move it over here and improvise, because it's real easy to drone on this D. And so you're gonna come out of this A minor, all the way down to the D, then you're gonna hit that A, so the only notes you're playing are A, D, A, and A. The reason I do this over here is because I'm pulling on those suspended and resolved notes. As opposed to this. You still get it, but it's not quite as strong. So yeah, I guess that's the verse, and I want to keep the bridge separate. So once again, if you have any questions, please leave a comment on the video here. You can go to my blog, leave a comment there, or you can get a hold of me at my website, tedyoder.com. Thanks.